drag week is coming up soon, so I have to keep moving forward. Every week is there's got to be forward movement. So I'm going to try to get this car on the road, actually rolling. It's got to be a roller with not that rear end, but an actual rear end in there sometime in February. That's my goal, and that means front suspension and rear suspension on. It's going to have a 4-link in the rear, and then it's going to be tubular K member up front, but we'll get all to that later. Right now, we're going to be working on subframe connectors. These are US Car Tools. They come highly recommended, and they are going to work just bitching. How I'm doing it is a lot of people like to use the jacks or whatever to push it up. Since I got this car 100% level, at least what I believe true to be level, I'm going to be using all-thread. This will tighten it up and pull it up tight to the floorboard. It works really bitchin', and it's really simple. It's quarter 20, quarter 20, quarter 20. I just double nutted some nuts on the other side, a couple washers, pulls it up there really nice and tight. It's gonna be enough for me to tack it in and just hold it while I do the rest of the welds, just do like 1-inch welds here and there and skip around and whatnot. This side here is gonna be a little bit trickier. I definitely want to use the brake cable, the emergency brake cable. So I'm gonna have to run a tube through it. I might just cut a hole for right now. I'm not really exactly sure. I'm definitely gonna line something there, but I want the emergency brake cable because this is gonna be a road car and it's gonna be a stick shift, so I definitely wanna have that. Well, it's tomorrow. It's Sunday morning, it's early, and it's snowing outside and it sucks. So why not be in here, the heater on, and doing car stuff? I will get this thing mocked up in there really quick, and we'll tighten it up, and I'll show you how well it works. So here it is, sucked up and put in there. You can see that there's really no gap there. And, I ground it all down, so that way it's as tight as you're gonna get it all the way back there. And then same with on the other side. It's about as good as you're gonna get it up inside there. I did have to do some grinding right there. That's why you see put some light there. I'm seeing light through there and whatnot. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to start tacking this thing in. Well, it's Saturday of the next week. So here's the other side. All that gloopiness that is not weld. That is the seam sealer, silicone. And then I put up there. So basically it's all put in there. I used, as you can see there, all thread to hold them up. It works really nicely. And that way you can kind of get this up nice and flush right there. You see how that comes out nice and flush. And you can weld it straight up and flat. And, you're going to get a couple holes. I got a couple holes right. There's a hole right there. Seam sealer. And then I'm going to put some Henrys on it and take care of that. But you just weld it all in, and then I put a C-clamp in the back to get it to pinch back together. And I know this is a multi-faceted, weak welding process, but here's the deal, is you got to get off all that crap to get down to it. And the hardest thing is just the prep, getting down to that point, and that's what sucks. That really does suck. That took days, and it's just a pain in the butt. Anyways, I'm moving on to the front rocker boxes. Here are the next project. Probably gonna do that tomorrow, Sunday. And then I'm gonna hold off on the back rocker boxes until I do the spring relocation kit up in here. And the point of that is so that way I can get to those bolts and put them in nice and easily. And then this is gonna have to be hammered out. That's all bent and whatnot for the front support piece. This car was in the desert, so it was jumped, but it is what it is. Wanted to show something real quick that I'm still on track here. So this is leveling out between the two. So we're good there. And we're good there. You can see that the whole point of this is to keep this thing level all the way back, so that way when you weld on these things, everything is squared up. That way you're not fighting something later on. Obviously I know I'm no chassis builder, and then this tunnel is going to be completely cut out, and we're going to be putting in one of those perimeter type deals in here, so that way I can put the shifter, and this is going to get a TKX tranny with the Gen 3 Hemi. So there's a lot of
a lot of stuff. I'm going to get the wifey in here, and she's going to start cutting out all this wiring. She's like, hey, can I help and do something? Sure, not a problem. I got something for you to do. Give her some Knipex and have at it. So today's Sunday, and we're going to be putting this on. This thing was beat to crap right here. I did the best I could as far as beating it out. I'll just use some vice grips to pull it back and pull it straight, and some C-clamps, and we're going to get this thing in here. When I put it up here, I will show you what it looks like, and when I tack it in and how I'm doing. All right. This is the point where you don't get discouraged. I had to make a contraption. And then all the clamps to get it on there. It has nothing to do with the part, the US car tool thing I bought. It has everything to do with how bent the front of the car was. So you can see it right there. So it's going to all get straightened as I go along, but I'm going to tack this side in. I'm going to tack that side over there, and then kind of go from there. All right. Happy welding. It was a long day. I got that on. Welded them both, seam sealer on it. I got this rocker box in, seam sealer. And then I got this rocker box on also with, put some seam sealer on it. But it went on pretty good. There was a couple issues. I had to make extensions for that and there and over there too, just so that way it could fit up inside there. But other than that, it's moving along nicely. I got it all welded in. I tacked it all up in the top and on the back side there. So yeah, it's moving along, coming along nicely.